Hey, what's up? Have you thought about like doing something over and over again and finally somebody's like, dude, just do it or stop complaining about it? And finally today I was talking to a friend and just kind of discussing like what do we do today? Today's Sunday. It's kind of like this weird holiday weekend where you don't actually get Monday off technically, but most people are taking Monday off, and then you get Tuesday off, which is awesome because it's like a 4-day weekend, but kind of like maybe a 3.5-day weekend. And I was like, you know what? I'm actually just gonna step back and get some stuff done that I know that I need to get done that I haven't done, but should have done a while ago. And so I'm just gonna actually do it now, right? And it's funny, but ultimately it's like, how long are you? What's up, David Shoop? Shoop-a-loop? Do you want to come on video, my friend? You should come and join me on the video. But it's like, how long will you go without doing what you know you need to do while you are probably complaining about not getting the result? And let's see, David Shoop wants to join. Oh, let's see. Still complaining about it, right? Like complaining about like, oh, I haven't gotten the result, but I haven't done what I need to do. Shoopster!
Hey, I've never done this before.
Oh, what's up? You've never joined a Facebook Lab before?
Never, never.
Well, that's amazing. Well, welcome, my friend. I'm glad you and I are the first ones to do this for you, with
There
you.
we go. I know. Go team, right? Let's
That's
do it.
right, brother. Hey, well, let's go off a little off topic and talk about you and dude, your life and what's happening recently in your amazing life right now.
What's new? I
I don't
anything
know,
interesting?
just barely anything new or like life changing.
Nothing, nothing like a marriage or something like that.
Okay, go on, tell me more.
It,
How was it? Where was
it
it
was
at?
great. Yeah, it was great. I wish you were there, brother. I wish you were there. I know you couldn't make it, but the wedding was great at the Grand Canyon, and we had a blast. And the pictures are fantastic, and
Dude, I saw some of those pictures. They look freaking amazing.
yeah, they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool for sure. We got a sneak peek from the photographer, and they're just I don't. I mean, would it be cheesy to say breathtaking because some of them are just beautiful. I was telling I don't know who, I can't remember who I was telling, some of my coworkers that those photos should be on magazines, wedding magazines, because it's such good background.
That's so
Because
great.
they're not too close up on my face. I'm far enough away where I was like, hey, he kind of looks like a handsome guy. Far enough away.
Yeah, it's like far enough away that you couldn't realize that it was you.
Yeah, right. That's right. Well, mostly it's
That's
because
funny.
she looks great, but
Dude, dude,
Natalie,
that's
but
so great. I saw some of the pictures and I thought they were breathtaking too. I was like, man, what an amazing backdrop. She looks beautiful. You look all right.
I'm all right.
No, you look, dude, you're like all dapper. What an amazing time. So, how did you guys choose that destination?
Well, I mean, it was Natalie's idea. Ultimately,
Yeah.
we were we were getting tired of. Mostly, I was getting tired of all the. This is the short version of the story, and Natalie
Okay.
might add more, but I'm going to give you the condensed version.
Do it.
I was kind of getting tired of all the work it took to put together a wedding locally in the Seattle area and all the stuff that would need to happen. And I was like, God, I don't know if I could do all that. It's too much work and too much money. Maybe we should. I can't remember if I said maybe we should elope or not. But Natalie says you definitely did not say that.
Dude, that
But
was so funny because I was gonna ask, is she around to straighten out the story? Which apparently she is in the
you'll
background
see me.
straightening out the story.
I'll look to her to get a nod to make sure my story's right. But the point
That's
is,
so
were
great.
eating, we were eating dinner one night, and I had just expressed that I don't know if I want to do all this work.
Right.
And again, the condensed version is she's like, well, let's just do, maybe we could do a destination wedding. And originally, I think I didn't want to do one. And then I was like, okay, well, tell me more about it. And I think it was one of her first, if not the first suggestions. She says, yeah, well, we could go do a wedding at the Grand Canyon, or we could go here, we could go there. And I was like, Grand Canyon, let's do it. Let's do that.
Yeah.
You know, and so then we hired a company out of Arizona that took care of, 75, 80% of the whole thing,
Oh, cool.
helped us find the efficient. Obviously, the location was there, gave us all the things that we needed to do to make sure the process was all set up, and we got it. And most of my buddies and friends and family said it was one of the best weddings they'd ever been to. I mean, you think of the backdrop for that was awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was pretty awesome. It was pretty awesome. I didn't expect to have this nice long conversation Facebook Live combo with you, but that was great. I love your hat, by the way, man.
Thanks, buddy. This is my it's my company hat, my Bellator logo.
It is.
Yeah.
I want one. I want one of those.
Dude, you and I will have to talk offline, but I only have one left, and they don't make these hats anymore. So.
Oh well.
Dude, I'm sorry I missed your wedding, and hopefully the reception here is okay. Can you hear me?
I hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a little spotty for a second. It's okay though.
Yeah. So, dude, that's an amazing venue for that. Like, that's so great. So, how is it being newly married, my friend?
It's good. It's good. It took me a while to get used to the ring. Right, the ring here. It's just I don't wear jewelry. And we took 10 days in Arizona and Utah national parks, and it was really hot there, so I couldn't wear it some of the times because my fingers got so fat with the heat or whatever. So now I'm in Seattle. It's fine. It fits good. So.
Oh, you're back in Seattle. That's so great. How's the weather up there, man? It's freaking amazing in Colorado. You can kind of see the beautiful sunlight coming towards.
Yeah, well, I mean, see outside kind of it's
nice.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't really see the sky, but you can tell that it's clear, sunny. I mean, I didn't know that there was a single cloud in the sky, and it was maybe 70 something degrees, maybe. So I was able to work in the yard and get some stuff done and not like sweat my brains out.
Yes. That's so great. Do you have any? So, dude, while I got you on here, and I got some good reception right now. Tell me about the book you wrote, your book series, and are you coming out with a new book?
Yeah. Thanks for asking. Yeah, it was. I mean, it's funny you asked that because are you talking about this, The Adventures of Wembley the Pug, Wembley First Day of School? That book?
Yes. I have a copy of that book, and my kids love it.
Oh yeah, I know. Thank you. Yeah, you were part of kind of the beginning process for book 2 as well. But yeah, the book's going good. It's in a handful of the Barnes and Noble stores locally, and obviously you can buy it on Barnes and Noble now because it's in there.
Cool.
Obviously you can buy it on Amazon. It was a #1 bestseller on Amazon.
Wow, it was the #1 bestseller on Amazon.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly cool, right? It takes some work to make that happen.
Right.
It's not the same as it being a #1 New York Times bestseller, which it can't be because I self-published it. But still, it's good. It's good. I'm setting up.
Dude, that's so great. So let me ask you this. Oh, go ahead. No, you finish your thought because I think you're gonna maybe answer my question.
Setting up for the August and September push for school again with all the bookstores locally. So I'll probably do 2 months straight. My weekends will be taken up by watching my boys play soccer and then also doing readings at Barnes and Nobles and bookstores locally to promote the book for First Day of School. I'm working on a stuffed animal for Wembley. I've got calendars I'll hopefully have, a coloring book. So I'm working on and maybe even a Wembley the Pug backpack that people can get, and so that's all setting up for the second book that I'm writing, or that I'm in the I guess the end phases of the editing process.
Right.
And we'll have my illustrator start doing some illustrations, I think, in July, assuming her schedule's okay. And we'll get the second book out before, my target was October. It might not be October. It might just be 2 things going on at one time. But definitely before the Christmas rush again for this one.
Cool.
Yeah. It's cool.
Dude, that's great. So the title of my Facebook Live is, do what you know you should be doing or stop complaining, right?
Oh, I like
So,
it.
right, yeah, and it's funny because people are like, "Oh man, I know I should be doing this, but I'm not getting the result because I haven't done it. But I'm going to complain about not getting the result, even though I haven't done the work to get the result."
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Nice little
And
circle there, brother.
I'm guilty. I'm guilty of it too, right? Because it's easy to complain. But so my question for you is to kind of tie it together is like, did you find yourself not doing what you needed to do? And if so, how did you overcome that to actually get the stuff done that you know you needed to do to get this book published, right? Because I'm sure that was not an easy feat, right?
Yeah, well, so I mean, don't ask me how my fitness life is going because I'm in that loop, right? I'm in that death spiral of complaining, right? My body looks great. Oh, I don't like my body. I should do something. Yeah, okay. Anyway, but with the book, um, once I made the commitment to do the book, so that's a different story, right? We all
Right.
have areas where we're really good and other areas where we're not, and the book is an area I was really good about it because once I made the commitment, uh, I hired a team of people to help me that knew how to do it. This first time
Right.
around, I hired experts, right? Get a coach, get someone who can walk you through things. Unfortunately, I had the
Right.
fund. I had the funds to do that, but there's a lot of ways to get people to help, and so I hired someone and their team to help me walk through the whole process. And
Right.
so I now know all the steps and I have all the documents and everything that I need to be able to do the second one, which I'm trying to do on my own. That was the whole
Right.
purpose of that investment, knowing, all right, I'm going to learn it so that I can do it. Right. I don't
Right.
want to,
Right.
and I don't want to spend, this book probably would have taken an extra 5 months if I had done it on my own. Right.
Whoa. So it's
Instead
worth
I
it.
did it in about 10. And from idea to Amazon, right?
Right.
It took about 10, maybe 10 and a half months, right? And so for this one, I knew what I needed to do, and what I needed to do is hire someone who can walk me through it
Right.
because I spent a good, 7 years thinking, man, I should write a book about my dog Elvis. I should write a book about my dog Elvis. And then he passes away, right,
Yeah.
at 18 years old. And I'm like, I never wrote a book about my best dog Elvis. I've got to do it now. And that was kind of the inspiration for doing it. Unfortunately, he had to pass away for me to get my act in gear.
Yeah.
And now it's so fun. It's such a fun process of creating it. And I've got such a good illustrator. It's really, really fun creating this stuff.
Yeah.
Now I got to sell it. Now I got to start selling it, right? I got to make sure I make some money so I can do another book.
Continue. Yeah. Continue on. Right.
Yeah.
Well, dude, that's great because like ultimately you knew you wanted to do something and it took you a while and it's interesting. What's up, Eli? Hope you're doing well. And it's interesting because most people will not, even though they know that they want to do something, they won't actually do it. Right. And it took you, like you said, 7 years, but you then ultimately did it. Right.
Yeah.
And you got that creative inspiration to get that out of your mind and your heart and onto paper and into the real world, which is huge, man. Even if it took you 7 years, because people will think about stuff for 20 years and still not do it. And the question is, how do you shorten that cycle, right? Because that cycle is what can create something magnificent for the world that the world needs that's inside of you, but you're unable or unwilling to get it out. So how do you shorten that, right? So I'll let you have the last word, my friend. But ultimately, my question for you is, how do you get that out quicker? What would you have done differently? And what would you recommend to the people watching?
Well, we all have voices in the back of our head saying, another time, or do it a different,
Yeah.
When the idea
The
gets
inner
real
critic.
good, when you get the real good idea, then you should go on it. I had written originally a story years and years ago, and never acted on it because I didn't know that it was good enough, or that it would be perfect enough, or that who cares about that story? Like, who really cares about
Right.
it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just fun. My family might like it, but who, whatever. And so, I mean, I guess the last piece of advice is, if not now, when? I guess this is when I had another interview before. If not now, when? Right? I mean, years are going to pass, and you're going to have done it or not done it.
Yeah.
And so, if it's in you, just do it. Just take some action. Take some action.
Right.
And for me, the action that made the difference was, all right, I know I've got this idea.
Right.
I've got these fears, so I need someone that can help me go through these fears or these concerns. And so I literally asked for help. And so it didn't have to, I asked for help in a monetary way, right? I said, hey, I'm going to pay you to help me. And I love Miriam Laundrie. I love the publishing team that I worked with.
Yeah.
I love them so much. They're such great people. So I got
Amazing.
great people. But it could easily be, I don't know if you remember years ago, I reached out to you for help with my health. I said, hey, buddy, I need your help. I'm going to do 3 things every day, and I'm going to not do 3 things every day. And I'm going to call you every night for a month. I can't remember if that was.
Yeah.
And if I do it, great. Then, yippee, I'm a winner. If I don't do it, then I owe you a lot of money for your charity of your choice. I mean, I did things. I asked for help when I needed it.
Right.
And so I guess that could be, it doesn't have to be in the form of, I'm going to pay you, but you can ask someone that you care about.
Right.
That's what I would say.
Right. And I know I said that was my last question, but this one is actually my last question, because I think it's actually really important. Is you had mentioned that inner critic in the back of your mind, right? That we all have. How do you overcome that? And how do you overcome that quicker?
Well, I had that inner critic throughout the whole process with this team too. I just kept, I moved. I moved into action, right? And it looked like I wrote down lists of things to do. I did I followed a checklist. I also committed to someone that I was going to do it.
Right.
And so people started hearing that I was doing it. Instead of keeping it in my mind, I got it out. So it's an idea here. It becomes more real when you write it down. And then it becomes extremely real when you let someone know that you're doing it, right? And then you've got an accountability person. And so I think those 3 things, idea, then write it down, and then tell someone if it's really important that you want to make sure you do it.
Yeah.
And that's how I did it.
That's great. Hey, brother.
That's a quick one. That's my quick thought right there.
Yeah, no, that's great. And I appreciate that, because we've been on for about 18 minutes, if you can believe that.
Man, this is nice. Thanks, man.
Yeah, right. So, hey, so good to see you. Thanks for joining me last minute. And I love you, brother. I miss you. Congratulations on the wedding and the nuptials, and I wish you the best. Any last parting words?
No, man, I love you. Thanks for doing all these things. It's fun keeping up with you on Facebook Live, just whether I'm watching you or catching the recordings, later. It's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, love the shorts earlier. If it was today or yesterday, I can't remember. The black shorts with the American flag on them and the sunglasses. Yeah. You got to buy them, buddy. You got to buy the sunglasses.
Dude, I have to buy those, don't I? Like, they're freaking so awesome. I'm like, man, I got to buy these stupid $500 sunglasses. But anyhow, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. See you, man.
Have a good night.